Immersion is a program that helps to elevate people from the creative industries, their understanding of the climate crisis we find ourselves in. What we hope will happen is that through these conversations, we can serve unique perspectives on the climate challenge that we find ourselves in. And change can only happen if we all take responsibility as individuals.
So this is the ink that, as I said before, your dad would have used in his Parker pen. And I was just using these as a sort of template. So my name is Anna Marie Savage and I'm a painter, predominantly a painter, visual artist, and I'm based in Omeath, County Louth. The project that I'm working with at the minute involves water and the dumping of illegal fuel and its byproducts into water. So what we did today was that we walked along the canal and the River Shannon, and we got samples, and we then were able to look at them under the microscope. And what we did then was we visually translated what we could see. So in an abstracted way, you're not seeing a full component, you're seeing a different way. It's a different way of looking at things, and then how they can visually translate that onto paper and make a beautiful piece of work.
I'm Dave Minogue. I'm a transmedia producer, which is kind of telling stories across multiple mediums and using the methods of distribution to find audiences. When the opportunity to come be part of the Immersion Fellowship came up, it was great because very few people talk about how creatives can influence the conversations around climate change, and especially for younger people who were kind of leaving with this mess anyway. So we need to kind of tell stories that involve climate change and kind of use the drama of those stories to educate people and kind of give agency and kind of roadmaps out of there. And that's what art is about. It's about kind of sharing our cultural experiences and hopefully passing on our values and our culture to the next generation.
Today to just throw loads of stuff at you. My name's Camille Donegan. I'm a virtual reality producer, but I'm also the interim CEO of Immersive, which is the voice of the Irish immersive sector. I came here today as part of the Immersion project to share my VR production experiences, platforms, tools, workflows to the artists here to hopefully give some inspiration. So those gloves are actually I think the coming together of art and technology has been fascinating for a very long time, and now that we have spatial mediums and we can be in 3D worlds, 3D environments, it makes sense that artists would lean in to the possibilities presented by immersive mediums like augmented reality, mixed reality and virtual reality. And artists don't necessarily need to know where the tech is at now or be limited by that, because their imagination can push the boundaries of the tech possibilities.
My name is Chinedu Moto. I am a socially engaged artist and I have been making art for just over 10 years. I was on a headset, and historically I've also made an augmented reality piece, and I guess my interest in this program, again with the idea of immersive technologies, climate change, is to take it that step further, to really immerse people into this notion of to give them agency, because so many times we hear this doom and gloom of the earth. And I think to create something that is immersive for people to really propel themselves in as a mist of traveling from right where you are. And I think through the climate immersion program, it's allowed and created space such as this retreat for us to pause and listen.
My name is Sally Walmsley. I have a background in music and theatre and anthropology, and I pull those strands together in sound art, but I'm increasingly starting to wonder, is it actually performance art? I started with warm-up exercises to try and bring people into their bodies, and then suggested that they use a lens drawn from a choreography method called viewpoints, that they would then go outside and just listen to their surrounds. I think anything that is making a story, because we all listen to stories, we like stories. Anything that helps us to engage in something that's beyond a very superficial engagement is important. Because it's not that we don't know that there's climate change, we do. But rather than seeing it as something which is out there, to understand, well, actually, no, it's right here, and that we all need empowered and to know how we can work through it. It's solution-oriented thinking, and I think stories being told by artists, and the artists as part of Immersion, that's what they can do.
I'm Anna Rose Garvey, and I'm a bit of a mix in my medium that I enjoy working with, but my main focus would be sound.
As we start to jam, begin.
Today's workshop with Sally was really interesting because she was using sound as more of a method of communication between ourselves. I guess sound is something that we all have our own personal relationship with, and with the climate crisis and the information that we have about that, it's a lot of visual data and numbers and figures, and I guess sound might not be integrated as much apart from the sounds of biodiversity. And so thinking about other ways of incorporating sound, so it's definitely on the brain.
Can I introduce Tanya Bernard?
What do we need to know about the state's climate action plan?
One of the things we've learned from Creative Climate Action is really what we're building here is a community of practice. So there are 3 projects where we're bringing together creatives and communities north and south of the border, and this is one of them. The other thing that makes Immersion special is this focus on the creative industries, not just the film and the sound industry, but augmented and virtual reality. You know, what can these technologies and the capacities of people who can tell stories in virtual and augmented reality, how can we connect the talents of these creatives with the challenge that we face of climate action? So we're really excited about bringing these 10 fellows together with our other 41 projects to make connections and to build what will be essentially a new community of artists, ecologists and community leaders together. So of course it's about their creative practice, but really the big hairy challenge we face is how do we motivate Irish people to feel hope and optimism, to feel that they can do things in their own lives around the climate and nature crisis.